All my days I give in your name, having you my desire.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome, dear viewers, to the Arbaeen Talk, an exclusive show brought to you by Imam Hussein TV, which is a full insight into everything Arbaeen related from myself and my co-hosts. Immediately to my right is
Amir Reza. Assalamu alaikum.
Why are you so quiet?
He does it every single time, by the way.
He's so
Assalamu alaikum, hello.
No, I start like that, but then when I go,
when he opens up.
open up.
It's the first time we've had him on the show.
Oh yeah.
Minhal Al-Khafaji here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We laugh on this shit. Assalamu alaikum, Mohsen Shah, Mr. Smiley.
Mr. Smiley.
Welcome. Sorry, I keep bringing this forward. Welcome to the show, guys. How's your Friday been so far?
Alhamdulillah, yeah, good.
Mubarakah, or Jum'ah Husayniyah.
May Allah bless you on the auspicious occasion of Jummah.
Are they lifting a whole tabreed unit?
Yeah.
That is a tabreed unit.
Yeah.
That's a mubarrada.
That's a big
So-
one.
Those are the worst ones, by the way.
Air conditioner. for
Yeah.
people who
Because
don't know.
no.
Oh, let's talk
not
ACs.
those
I'm going to put
ones.
that as part of the.
Oh yeah, put that as part. Those ones is like you put water in it, but in Iraq, you know, the tankiyats of water, the big water tanks,
Yeah.
the sun hits them, the water's hot. So
Ah.
the thing is going into the tabreed unit and it's
Yeah.
just giving out hot air.
So these
does it? Oh.
double units, are they considered as coolers or air conditioning?
The water
The
coolers.
coolers.
The water
Coolers,
coolers.
yeah.
Because the air conditioner requires the regeneration thing.
Yeah,
Water
yeah,
cooler is
yeah.
just water, innit?
Mohandis Amir
Right.
Reza.
On that note, behind us is live scenes from the walk of Arbaeen, the walk of the free, the blessed walk. There's some sheikhs and sayyids here. I'm assuming answering some questions, or it could be a TV thing. We're not sure.
It's Akam SOS.
Akam
live from the
SOS.
walk.
Brought to you.
What's the
to
show you're
Arbaeen.
missing over there?
But yeah, this
Sheikh
is
Hamid.
actually live. And by the way, just so you know, Imam Hussein TV has exclusive footage of the Mashayikh, which we distribute to every other channel. Confirm?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So these are our cameramen
Mm.
working. Huge shout out to them. They work very hard in the heat.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
But hey, imagine we're like 2-3 weeks before Arbaeen and they're there with their cameras
Yeah.
in their backpacks. And
Some of them
whatever.
get sent to Basra.
Quite a lot of people as well, man. I'm
Yeah.
worried.
Yeah.
I'm worried because Arbaeen, as we know, is quite packed. Oh, hello. Yeah. So on that note,
Oh, look,
we
you got
also have the weather.
statistics.
The statistics of the weather. So
Mashallah,
44s all round,
40.
and is that now or is that during the day?
Oh, look, so
Nah,
That'd be
yeah,
during the
that's
day,
now.
right?
That's day.
That's peak.
That's peak of the day, and then the one on the thing is peak of the night.
Peak and low.
No, wait. So the 44s is during the day, right?
Yeah, peak of the
So
day.
why have they got the day in dark and then the night in light?
Because we're Imam Hussein TV and we do things different.
All right. Okay. Cool. So on that note, we've got that. We've also got the distance, if I'm not mistaken. Next is going to become the distance. Here we go.
Mullah Ali's memorized the
The Diwaniyah,
graphics,
Nasiriyah, Najaf.
Najaf,
Yeah,
there you go.
distance it is. Yeah.
Got it.
Distance. Samarra. Anyone walk from Samarra? No, none of us. But is there a walk from Samarra to?
probably.
I assume
100%.
so.
Probably
You're-
connects with the
you're-
Baghdad one.
You're our
Yeah.
Iraq kind of representative.
Connoisseur.
Okay.
Yeah. So Samarra to Karbala. Is it dangerous? Is
It's
it going
about
through-
262 kilometers if I
Oh,
remember
is it?
correctly.
Is it?
No.
By the way,
I meant, is it dangerous, that walk? Is it going through any?
Yeah.
Potential dangerous spots.
Samarra during ISIS's time,
Okay.
yeah,
Um,
it was.
it was very dangerous. I mean, there were residents of Samarra that weren't Shia that would literally say to the Shia, take your shrine, relocate it somewhere else, get out of our city. Yeah.
Was it out of fear or was it out of hate? Bit of both.
I don't know because
Fear? Why?
Because ISIS was there.
ISIS was literally on the other side of
What do you mean by hate then?
So either they are anti-Shia
Yeah.
or they're scared of ISIS and they say, look, take your shrine and get out of the city.
Oh.
So
I
ISIS
thought
can
the
leave us
locals.
alone.
I thought the locals supported ISIS.
in Samarra.
Yeah, and in those areas.
I think because Syed Ammar actually told me a story of when he went to Samarra in 2016.
Yeah.
During the height of ISIS,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
says that there was a little crossing, and literally a crossing after the Imam. He goes, literally after it is ISIS territory. Yeah, so he goes, it was very dangerous at that time. So they got very close to the Imams.
Right. But I'm saying, like, because you're saying out of fear or out of... Does that mean? I thought I was under the impression that anyone in that north region who is not Shia is essentially helping or harboring.
No. We have
ISIS.
a lot of people in northern Iraq who are genuine people who come during Arbaeen, do khidmah.
Okay.
They come from all over northern Iraq, but they genuinely have a love and passion for Imam Hussein alayhi salam.
On that note, brothers and sisters, anyone who's watching, Iraq is fully safe now.
100%.
So
Yeah,
anyone who comes in
100%.
from Baghdad, Najaf, Basra, whoever it is, even Samarra as well, it's all very, very safe. Alhamdulillah, who's responsible for the safety? Our Iraq expert.
The Hashid al-Sha'bi, the Iraq Popular Mobilization Forces,
Yeah.
big them up. We actually
up
had
Hashid.
it near pole 1114
Yeah.
in Karbala, right next door to us.
Yeah.
You'll remember it.
Yeah,
They're called Liwa Ali al-Akbar. These guys,
Brigade.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ali al-Akbar Brigade. They're
Yeah,
sick.
yeah, that's okay.
Because what they would do is when we go up on the stage, when we used to go up on the stage and do our show,
Yeah.
they used to be there with their their rifles and stuff protecting.
Really?
Hala bizuwar, but they have to be thigil, right?
Yeah,
they can't they have to be like show that they're strong.
Mature.
Yeah,
and strong
but
and all that, yeah.
hala bizuwar, they're just holding their guns. I'm just like, because Iraqi soldiers what shwarab only, they can't have a beard.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to have a beard.
Are they not allowed to have a beard?
No.
Ah.
Yeah, police officers and soldiers are not allowed to have beards. Only mustache or clean shaven.
Because of the strap?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I know from the military,
Yeah,
you can have a full beard or a clean shave. That's it.
in Iraq.
No, military like in the West.
Yeah, these in Iraq, it's only. Watch
I've
out
seen-
for it. Watch
yeah,
out for
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I've noticed.
When you
I've
go,
noticed.
they've only got mustaches. They're not allowed to have beards. So the religious ones, what do? They grow their mustache
Yeah.
up till here because it's still a beard. It still counts as a beard for them.
I see.
Yeah, so I've seen guys with a crazy long
Yeah.
mustache like that.
I just thought it was like the longer it is, the more heritage you have.
No.
I've seen people on this set with amazing mustaches.
Why are you looking at me? I
Used
know.
to come
I had
French
it.
toilet, yeah.
I had
Yeah,
a
he did.
proper
Yeah, you did.
handlebars and that. I loved
But
it.
a huge.
Is that during COVID when you couldn't have haircuts or just
No,
generally?
I grew it for like 3-4 months, and then the sides started to curl.
That's
Then I
just
went
been his
all
like
out.
default
It was really
face
nice.
signature.
Hold on, shall
Yeah.
I send you a picture?
Yeah,
let's see it.
A huge shout out to Liwa Ali Al-Akbar. Honestly, we
Shout out Liwa Ali
as a
Al-Akbar.
channel, during the Arbaeen walk, Pole 1114, we have a great relationship with them. The soldiers are amazing people, and they're always looking out for the Zuwar of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And that is all over.
Is that the
Iraq.
mokib that has the memorabilia as well?
Yes.
Those are pictures of soldiers. That
So they've got a picture of one of the soldiers who really defended the shrines of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. He was like Iraq's #1 sniper with like 532 ISIS bodies under his soul.
Brilliant.
Yeah, because so those are Liwa al-Akbar, really amazing on the walk.
So a lot of people are very generous with their time.
Yeah.
And they're very generous with their efforts. The first thing we wanted to speak about, we haven't really touched upon it, we've kind of slightly, but we've covered it in different forms. But as an overall, how have you found the generosity of Iraqis in Iraq during the ziyarah of Arbaeen?
Unparalleled.
It's unparalleled.
During
Unmatched.
Arbaeen, yeah.
But do you reckon
unmatched.
it'll be the same whichever country it is, or Iraqis? Because you were mentioning, I think, a couple of episodes ago, how it's something they've grown up with.
Yeah.
Remember, your granddad said.
Yeah.
Your granddad said in the Mokib.
Yeah.
And he said, "Look,
Tarbiyat Arab.
this is Tarbiyat Arab." So is it an Arab thing, or whichever country you go, if there was an imam, they'd also be as generous?
No, I think for example, if you go towards Iran,
Yeah.
you go towards Imam al-Rida alayhi salam shrine, or you go to say the Ma'soom. I've only been once, but
Yeah.
I would assume I've been 10 years ago.
I was there 3 months ago.
I would think Iranians are generous people.
Yeah.
I think it,
Anyway. Okay. No.
I think it depends, right? If you look at, you say like, my culture is Arab. This is the way I was raised.
Yeah.
Right? I can't say it in Arabic, so I'm not gonna try it. But but if you look at it, it's because they're raised with the Imam there, right? They're raised that, look, this ziyarah, you have to support the zawar. The focus is for Arbaeen, it's always been welcome my visitors, right? Is welcome my visitors.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
because of that mindset, a lot of people have adjusted the whole culture to that. Bear in mind, in Iraq, you've got what? How many imams? Like 5, 6?
6.
Yeah,
6.
Yeah, 6 exactly. So because of that, everyone's like focused with, look, you know, this is the akhlaq of the Ahlul Bayt. This is how you're meant to be. So people learn to like.
I
just counted.
2 in Samarra, 2 in Qadmain, 1 in Najaf.
yeah, let's count.
Yeah.
I genuinely think though it is not primarily an Arab thing, but more of a Shi'i, the upbringing
so?
and the love of
Islamic,
Imam Hussein
Islamic
alayhi
values,
salam.
100%.
Because if it was a case of just an Arab thing, you'd find all the Mawaqibs being Arab.
And they're not.
They're not.
But that's because they're in Iraq.
So it doesn't matter. They
What
can do.
What if the Messiah was in Egypt?
Okay.
No, but they can do anything. They
What
can
if the
do
Messiah was in Croydon? Like,
No, but they
there's
can do
example.
anything and not. For example, they can literally say this mawqib, for example, non-Arab mawqib, we'll just do foot massages. Not going to cost us anything, just a bit of time. We're not going to give out food. For example, you've got Pakistani mawqib giving out loads of food.
Yeah.
Great food, by the way.
Shout out.
Looking forward to
1086, 1086.
Shout out 1086.
And 1086.
Every time someone says
Shout
shout out, we all have to give that shout out as well.
Yeah,
So
shout out
1086.
Shout out the number.
1086.
1086. Yeah.
You've got market from India, Kenya, Mozambique, Tanzania, Malaysia.
Lebanon.
This is my thing, right? So it's because the Imams are buried in Iraq. Now you could tell me, for example, Imams are buried in Saudi, yeah,
Okay.
but they don't respect that. But I'm talking about Imams that are buried in Shia-dominated countries, i.e., you've got Iran and you've got Iraq.
Yeah.
Now, if there was such a thing as Mashaya in Iran,
Yeah.
will they also have that same fervor to serve as the Iraqis?
I genuinely.
Personally, I don't mean to be controversial. I don't think so. I genuinely. That's why I'm thinking it's an Iraqi Arab kind of thing,
Okay.
because the Arab universality of service is kind of the same but kind of different. Because you can go to any Arab guy in, say, I don't know, UAE, for example. Right? It could be Shia, it could be a Shia Kuwaiti, and he'll also welcome you with open arms with 3 days, 4 days, however long you want. So he'll also be very, very hospitable.
Okay.
Going to Iran, again, this is nothing political. I think it's just my personal preference, personal opinion.
Experience.
Going to Iran, a personal experience, I didn't, even though it was a wafat Imam Rada, and Imam Rada is their Imam.
It's the child.
It's the child, sorry, it's the child
Yeah.
Imam Rada. And Imam Rada is their Imam,
Yeah.
right? I didn't see anything remotely close to like people giving out, making, because any wafat or any istishhad in Iraq, people are cooking
Yeah.
and they're serving. So it's an intrinsic thing within them. I don't know if it's just an Iraqi thing.
Thing is, I went to Iran. I got family in Iran, right? So I went on a few holidays. When I went to Isfahan or Qom or Tehran, and I've met not even family, just friends of family. I haven't seen none of them. It's the first time I've ever seen them. The hospitality of their neighbors and of the surroundings of that area, I've noticed was great. So I don't know about the experience for going ziyarah in like.
Were they Iraqis or half Iraqis?
No, they're all Iranian. Like proper, like born. Like bloodline, everything Iranian.
Hussein Ali Zadeh, something like that.
So yeah.
So proper
Mir
Iranian.
Proper,
Khalaf-
they're proper Iranian. Yeah.
I feel the best way to look at it is how hospitable are people doing like the 10 days of Muharram. You go to any country in the Middle East or the Far East, Japan, you know what I mean, or in the West, doing the 10 nights of Muharram, Yawm al-Ashar on the different masiras that we have. How much are people giving to those people that are attending and so forth? I see a lot of hospitality.
But is it a culture of different nationalities to cook and serve food
Can I say
during
something?
munasabat?
Okay, so I want to bring it back to two things. Number one, no country on earth has been suppressed for their religious beliefs as much as Iraq.
That's a mad can of worms.
So, hear me out on this one. My parents would tell me stories about their parents.
Yeah.
Okay. When their parents were sort of when the regime fell and that kind of stuff, they lived for 80, 90 years. Alhamdulillah, they lived a long and healthy life. Their wasiyah, in their will, or before they passed away, they would say, never forget Khidmat al-Hussein.
Wow.
Why? Wow. Because they were suppressed from doing it. They weren't able to do it freely and openly.
Wow, yeah.
I genuinely believe that everyone in Karbala at one point or another has told their child or told their son, our elders and their forefathers have told them, don't forget Khidmat al-Hussein. Why? Because they weren't able to do it freely. This right here, like we said in episode 1, Iraqis are compensating. They're compensating for years and years and decades and even millenniums, centuries, sorry, not millenniums, centuries of oppression. Don't forget, we lived under the Ottoman Empire for 800 years, even more. Oppression after oppression after oppression. But what did we have? We had the story of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam. And like Sayyid Mohsen mentioned, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam gave a wasiyyah to Bani Asad. Feed them, house them, all that kind of stuff. So these guys stayed in Iraq. And that's why I feel like if it was in Iran, or if it was in Japan, or if it was in China, if Imam Hussein alayhi salam was in those countries and he'd given that wasiyah, I think they'd be as hospitable.
Yeah, maybe, and that's why I said, let's look at the different countries and their culture away from the Shi'iness of it. It's in their culture to serve and to be hospitable. Unless there's other countries that do so.
Abu Abdullah al-Hussein is so universal. There are so many non-Muslims who commemorate the day of Ashura as well and want to give their little contribution or honoring towards I think, what do they call it? They call it
Tabarruk.
Give the
Niyaz.
I forgot what they call it. No, in English, it's the English word that they use when you give an offering to someone.
Tribute.
Is it tribute or something else? I can't remember.
Tribute works.
Anyway, they want to give their honoring towards Abu Abdullah Hussein. Whether it's like in India, we have Hindus that give. In the Sikh community,
they also do it on Ashura.
If you saw my Instagram, I know it's private, but anyway, I was putting up Sikhs reciting the name of Imam Hussein. Sikhs doing latham in the majalis of Abu Abdullah, and this is all in Punjab. Turbans and in Punjab they were giving out water and giving out like sharbat in the name of Imam. Sabil in the name of Imam Hussein. This is all in Punjab and so forth. And I think that there's so much more other communities that are there that want to give tribute and so forth.
So what we're saying is the generosity of Iraqis is not exclusive, or generosity is not exclusive to Iraq.
I don't think so, because if Khatim al-Nabiyyin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came to somewhere like Italy, or came to the West, or came, I don't know, was somehow put in America by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it first of all, they'd be Arab. They would be Tarbiyat Arab. We'd be probably something else. I think it's ingrained in us as Shia, because we're following Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi through Imam Ali alayhi salam. I
see
think
what
the
saying.
generosity,
it's the khidmah. It's that service of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, whether it's food, or whether it's being hospitable, whether it's your house or home.
Things. If you look at the region, given the example of look at the West, look at the East. If you look at the regions of where the teaching of Ahlul Bayt are and where the influences are from the Ahlul Bayt, you can see where the hospitality is. Like you look at Mohsen gave example of Pakistan, India. That's where the message is there. It didn't reach to the Americas. So and you can compare those comparisons of look at the hospitality here, where the where the good influences were from the Ahlul Bayt.
I'll give you an example. And
الأمثلة تضرب ولا تقاس.
How did you know?
I knew it.
How did you know? I love that. The examples are just given, but they're not.
Then we're not equating.
I'm not equating
two.
The same, right?
Yeah.
But you have like sporting events in Qatar, for example.
Yeah.
Right. They had millions of people coming towards them.
Yeah.
Fine.
All right, and they had to spend 10 years preparing for it, and how much money they threw at it. And I think there was an article actually where it compared the infrastructure and everything that they needed compared to Arbaeen and the poverty of Iraq, but they could host 10 times more what Qatar could host. The point is, they were seen to be hospitable. They were deemed to be, very welcoming. So is it the same?
Come to Iraq and see what hospitality is.
Yeah. Is it the same?
No, definitely not the same.
Right?
You're not going to get someone, as Sayyid Mohsen mentioned in episode 1, who every year does the same thing, sells his house, somehow manages to buy it back, but sells his house. You're not going to, like that video that we saw of that guy who says, I sold my car so that I can put money into the market.
You're not going to get that in Qatar.
You're not getting that anywhere in the world. You're not getting that anywhere in the world.
The selflessness of the Iraqi people on the love of Abu Abdullah Hussein alayhi salam, you're not going to get that anywhere.
People have to understand that these people that are walking right now, to us as Shia, they're not every Tom, Dick and Harry. They're not an ordinary person. They're a Zayr of Abu Abdullah Hussein. And for us,
I've heard that term, by the way, so many times. Hada Zayr, Hada Zayr. It's such an honorary position to be a Zayr.
And for us to even be classed as Khadim Zuwar al-Hussein alayhi salam, that's an honor in itself. So for these people, if he can be considered Khadim Zayr al-Hussein, even if 10,000 people go past.
Mad. So this is mad. So they have it intrinsically. They've got it beaten into them, right? That to serve a Zair is an honorary position.
Desire, it's a passion.
And on top of that, becoming a Zair is a very honorary position.
I think the way they see it, and this is the way I see it as well, is that these aren't like these Zawar are the guests of Abu Abdullah Hussein. They are his guests. So we have to make sure that they're happy, everything that they need is fulfilled, all the requirements and so forth.
It's not a job. They're protecting the reputation of Abu Abdullah. They're like, look, we're here representing. So you say, it's in my culture, it's in my DNA. They have that desire, passion, because we need to maintain that respect. Obviously, you can see a lot of Arabs, they have that, I need to make sure I don't know, forgot what that's called, but
honor, proper.
Yeah, I have an honor. It's my.
So I've heard this hadith from many scholars, and Imam As-Sadiq alayhi salam, and I think this is part of where this comes from, where Imam As-Sadiq alayhi salam says, "Farham tilka al-wujuh allati ghayaratha ash-shams." وارحم تلك الخدود التي تتقلب على حفرة أبي عبد الله الحسين. اللهم إني أستودعك تلك الأبدان وتلك الأنفس حتى ترويهم على الحوض يوم العطش الأكبر. So may Allah.
This is an Imam Ma'soom saying.
This is an Imam Ma'soom. So for them.
Translation.
Sorry. Arab. Ya Allah, oh Allah, bless those faces that the sun changes. Warham, and have mercy on those cheeks that turn on the grave of Abi Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam. So the Zawar, when they go to the window,
they hold it. They wipe their faces.
Allahumma inni astawdi'uka tilka al-abdan. Oh Allah, I leave these sort of souls with you, these bodies with you. Wa tilka al-anfus, and these souls. So abdan, these bodies, and anfus, souls. حتى ترويهم على الحوض حتى ترويهم على الحوض يوم العطش الأكبر, until you quench their thirst on the day where the big thirst, on the day where the thirst is so great, the greatest thirst.
The greatest thirst,
Okay. So Imam Sadiq alayhi salam was actually praying for the Zuwar al-Hussein.
That's literally it, man. That's literally.
But the dua is much longer. Also, I only got a small bit of it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But if Imam Sadiq alayhi salam is praying for that, this guy, this woman, this. But
so this then dispels the myth that this is all a cultural backward thing. This is actually given to us by Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. That Imam Sadiq alayhi salam has encouraged the ziyarah.
Of course,
of Imam Hussein.
All the Imams did.
100%. I mean, I spoke to Sheikh Mustafa Masood, and we were.
Shout out Sheikh Mustafa.
Shout. Big up Sheikh Mustafa.
And his little podcast. Anyway, moving on. Going back, so he told me about a story where someone went to do the ziyarah of Imam Hussein, and they didn't do something happened and they couldn't do it. So they came back, and the Imam told them to go back and send your salam. Like, you've wasted the whole trip. Like, it's so vital, it's so important. There's so much ajr and so much reward that some people it's worth. I think is it 40 Hajj or 50 Hajj?
Something along those lines. Every step is like 40 Umrah and 40 Hajj.
Yeah, it's worth more than Hajj and Umrah, which is Hajj is wajib upon us. So it just shows you the magnificence of.
So we know how generous they are. Have you ever sat down and spoken to like a mawqib leader and understand how much work actually goes into these mawaqib?
Thing is, I've worked behind the scene in our mawqib. So it's it's incomparable to what they do. But
which mawqib are we talking about?
Ahali Karbala.
Shara
Qazwin.
Oh, right. The Iraq one. Okay.
So it's essentially. So it's like the group of Londoners who are originating from Karbala go back to Karbala to serve. So I see what they do, and like every day at 5 a.m. we've got like a 2 trucks of ice coming in. We have to turn into a cold room. Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
There's a lot. There's like 10 of us. We're all sleeping. We're all sleeping in the hall, and we get kicked. Like, get up! Time. It's ice time.
It's
and
ice
then
time.
in the first come first serve, like 5-6 brothers wake up. We go take the ice. There's ice delivery, fruit delivery, meat delivery,
Vegetable. I've seen the tomatoes.
vegetables. Yeah, tomatoes, onions. There's everything. And every day at between 5 and like 7 a.m. everyone has to wake up, receive it, because that's when those is the least amount of walking and the least busy
traffic.
at least traffic, and that's where all the deliveries come. Everyone gets up, and then there's always shifts. The kids are asleep because they've done the loading. That now the elders get up, they start preparing the food. They cut the onions, they cut the food, they start preparing the grill, and every
So what
day-
about breakfast? What time's breakfast?
It's just
Because
whoever.
there's breakfast,
loading.
lunch, and dinner, right?
Yeah.
Loading.
No, it's who.
Has
so-
anyone done that?
Yeah. What?
On a mashaya, Baghdadi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they give
Yeah.
out. They give out. It's a. Oh my god!
Really?
It's so
Wow.
beautiful.
I must have missed breakfast then, because by
Yeah.
the time I arrive is
You only walk at night.
Literally,
I only
Evidently.
as soon as Fajr hits, that's when breakfast. That's when they start giving out breakfast. I've had scrambled eggs. I've had
scrambled eggs is the best. Man.
I've had
eggs and
baghdad dehen.
potato.
I've had
makhlama as well.
makhlama. I've had that. I've had even
God.
some.
Harissa.
I've had harissa. I've had.
What?
Wait.
I can't do
With
harissa.
cinnamon and sugar.
I can't do harissa at
beautiful.
all.
I've had
I can't do
I've had
harissa.
parcha.
On the mashaya.
On the mashaya. The Moki opposite had it at 2 in the morning.
Oh my days.
That's solid.
Yeah.
I've had even
Not
you know
doing
cream. Was it girma? Cream honey?
Gemma, yeah, Gemma.
Kahil Gamar.
Oh,
That's the
On the
best.
mash.
I can't do that.
Samoon.
You can't
What?
do Kahil
I
Gamar.
can't do gamar. I can just about stomach the gamar in London.
so no
I'm more
harissa,
Iraqi
no girma. How are you calling
Wallahi.
yourself Iraqi?
I don't know, bro. I'm sorry.
He's more.
Yeah, 100%.
Can we ask the producers for a DNA test, please?
Yeah,
Can we get
I
a
can't
poll?
do
Is
Gemma, I'm
Mohsen Shah
sorry.
more Iraqi than Ali
I
Fadhil?
can't
I
do-
eat parcha and I eat
I can
Gemma
just
Rasa
about
with Samoon.
stomach the gamar here with honey.
Why?
But it's just the taste. Remember the milk thing I showed you?
Oh my
I
God.
just
Are you
can't.
lactose
So you
intolerant?
just don't like
It's
dairy.
not lactose intolerant. I just don't like warm dairy or dairy like milk. Like,
So
I just
that
cannot
explains the
stand it.
porridge. Explains the
Porridge,
Yeah.
harissa.
You don't like
bro,
porridge?
I don't like porridge, man. I can't.
What about
the
ice cream?
Smell.
Do you like ice
Ice
cream?
cream, I
You can fathom.
Yeah, I can
You
fathom.
can fathom.
We'll not get into this because it's a weird one. Like, all right, so you can do pizza. I'm like, well, no, I can do pizza because it's cheese and stuff. I can do that, but I can't do macaroni and cheese.
What?
I cannot do mac and cheese.
Why?
Okay.
Is it slimy or something?
It's the texture. Yeah, there's a texture and then there's a smell that comes and it's
Mac and cheese is beautiful, man.
Mad
Anyway,
deviation.
May
long
Allah
discussion.
subhanahu wa ta'ala help Mullah Ali's wife with the cooking at home.
I think it's probably easy.
Because
I'm very specific. Like,
I know. I know.
I can.
I
This is
know
what
your
I can.
dietary requirements.
Yeah, I'm very, very easy. This
He
is what I
likes
can.
them
This is
little
what I can't.
sausages you get. You know the Turkish ones.
Yeah,
Yep.
He likes them.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the point.
Yeah.
So breakfast, baglo dihin.
Yeah.
I've never had.
So-
you
so-
were
on the,
saying-
on the
so-
mashal, yeah.
So
Sorry.
depending on the shift, there's always breakfast at some point,
Yeah.
right? So we discussed what there was for breakfast, and then the elders will make breakfast and they will give it to Zawar, and then they go to sleep, and then the next group of people who were asleep wake up and they prepare the next food. And every day we have a different, not just different meal, a different cuisine. So for example, one day it will be shawarma. So we get the big grill out, get it ready in the middle, and we give shawarma in that day. The next day,
Could be kebab.
if it's kebab, we get the
Falafel.
grill out and we do grill. Every day it's a
Do you know what I love about this point? Is what he said with the elders going to sleep, the youngsters come up with how much trust our elders have in our youngsters.
Very good point.
I mean,
Is-
no,
do they?
like in
Yeah,
us,
they do.
in us, we're
They
the
do.
youngsters.
They'll
We're
literally
still
they'll just shout like, for example, one
We're
per
45 and we're still youngsters.
young. Yeah,
the thing is, no, someone's there like Abu Talib, right? Like they're like Abu Talib, get up, make sure all the kids do this, and he'll make sure everyone does this.
There's managers
Okay,
in
Abu
place.
Abu Talib is the
No,
medium.
it's not even just manager. For example, one day Sajjad, get up, you have to do this. He gets up and does it. Like people you don't like, they tell me, I'm Reza, I trust you. I'm the worst person to trust when it comes to this. But they're like, get up, I need you to chop onions, for example. And I take, because obviously I have that burden, the desire of like, I need to serve.
Okay.
I get it done. And you see little kids, even 5-year-olds who come with their dads and they're working hard. And that's just
So
not-
it's literally 24/7.
yeah, non-stop.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
non-stop.
So who then pays for these kind of mawaqif? How does it work?
Do you know what?
This is
I've
quite
I've
costly,
asked
man.
that question, and I'm just thinking.
It must cost quite a bit.
So I've heard, like,
course.
for even our own mokib, I've heard people come and ask, like, okay, we need this much for our mokib. We need, for example, 100K. Right? What are we going to do?
So they say this is the budget for the whole 3-week period.
Yeah, so they
100K.
plan from London.
£100,000.
It's a random number. So don't use that. I'm saying example.
Oh, right.
No,
So-
I'll give you an actual number.
Go on.
My family's mawkib, Baghdad, Karbala. I think it costs us about £20,000.
Okay.
But it's between 8 siblings, maybe 9.
How many
lot of
days?
money,
How many
man.
days do you serve with
3
that?
weeks, isn't it?
13 days.
That's not bad.
13
Before-
days.
That's
Before-
really good, actually.
It is really good.
Think about 2 weeks and how many people are walking past.
Well, I mean, when it finishes, right? That's
Yeah.
you just say, oh, I'm sorry. we're done.
No. What, when the money finishes and the
No,
food finishes?
no,
The food finishes on the day.
You can only cook a certain amount, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You cook the food, but then
No, but we always
but
overcook.
we obviously we try to
of
to
course,
accommodate.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
mad.
mokib out there that can constantly just keep.
No.
I know. I've seen it. I'm not gonna. There's one mokib that never sleeps. You think we pull a shift? I've seen mokibs. Literally, the line will never end. You think, oh guys, food's finished. 5 minutes later, there's another line, and it starts
and
giving out everybody. Yeah.
I don't think there's a mokib that if you were to go and they finished serving would turn you away in a sense. They'd go and try find something
Yeah.
else.
from another mokib.
It's funny,
Yeah.
I've noticed some
Yeah.
mokibs have a reserve cooking in the back. It's usually for the crew,
Yeah.
but then they have so much
Yeah.
extra that
I wasn't.
guys,
I wasn't.
new line,
Yeah.
let's go.
You
Yeah.
have to ask. That's why I noticed that sometimes Milwaukee were not serving at the time. But if you go to the Abu Mokib and be like, I'm hungry, you got any food? They'd be
Yeah,
like, yeah, sit
of
over
course.
there and just wait.
Yeah.
And then they bring some amazing food out.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
where was this? Where you been hiding this?
I remember once I was just because we were in Zara Trust. No, I don't know if I'm allowed to say Zara Trust, but anyway, we was in a Mokib,
yeah.
right? And they told us, look, for you to serve, you can give out water, all right? And in the
Was
meet,
that last year?
yeah, it was last
Oh,
year.
yeah.
So I was, of course it's hot, so everyone's gonna take water, but you feel so disheartened when someone doesn't take and people are walking past
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I actually
you feel
saw.
heartbroken.
I was with Mullah Ali
I'm
then.
like,
I
please,
saw.
please,
He's like,
please
he's got
take.
50. Like, guys, please take.
Yeah,
And
you
he's
feel
just
so,
there like.
that's why I really connect with these guys who are begging people, because it's like it's so disheartening when
Yeah,
someone
it's-
doesn't take
yeah.
from you.
Let me show you a picture.
Thing is,
Hold on.
I've seen Mullah Ali's face. He's like, take. He just is like, he's just there, so
Right.
disappointed.
You should have given
I
out
just feel
fruit.
like-
You should have given that. Always goes.
Bro, it's boiling hot and it's water, and I'm just okay. At times, you're just constantly giving. Like every
Yeah.
single time you take like as much as you can in your hand.
Yeah.
Within 3 seconds, it's gone.
Yeah.
But there are times like I have to keep going left and right just to find someone to take. Of course, there's like every station has got water.
Yeah.
There's
So-
plenty of water.
There's always a bathtub with something.
By the way, I was speaking with Sheikh Hilli. He just came back from Hajj. This one that
Yeah.
just went,
Yeah.
24. And he was like, there was no water. He goes, Arbaeen, there's so much water. He goes, this year in Hajj,
No water.
there was a scarcity of water, as in they haven't got
That's
good provisions.
why.
Why?
That's why people were
Social-
dying. Yeah, people were having
There
died.
were social media clips going around on
seen that.
TikTok and Instagram where a guy would come out. By the way, it would be like, these. He'd have a van, and very good camera work and all of that kind of stuff. He goes, this year we're going to give 500 bottles of water to the Hujjaj and everything.
All right, mate.
And then
All right, mate. Calm down, mate.
someone edited
500,
it.
that's it.
Someone edited it with that guy. I've sent you a clip of his.
Telegram.
But no, on WhatsApp. But it's not the actual video. Okay. But but the same guy, he goes, من الظهر موزع 3000 box معي. He goes, from the morning I've given out 3,000 boxes of water. What are you talking about? This guy's handing out 500 خطية. No, الأعمال بالنيات at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, the amount of water in Iraq is crazy. This is the picture I wanted to show you, Mullah, because you reminded me you were heartbroken when people weren't taking water from you. This was me. This was during Muharram last
Can we
year.
get closer?
This was during Muharram last year.
You're not gonna get. Oh, you can. Okay, cool.
Just show in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was actually I'll hold it.
Yeah.
I was holding these cups of water because no one would take from me, and I was
No
just
way. You feel really bad,
like,
don't
I
you?
feel so bad. Honestly, I would literally cross. So this mokib was like near Ibn al-Fahd, Shara al-Qibla.
Oh, okay.
On a bit forward and on the left is the Imam Hussein TV HQ.
Yeah.
I was going into that road to give people water.
Thing is, I've got a tactic because I've done the walk before, right? And I'm like, okay, I've got like my pockets are filled with water because I have them on backup. Sometimes you go for a stretch, there's no more kids, right?
Yeah.
So I got water, so I have to hold them like, guys, look, I've got water. I thank your generosity, but I'm out of arms. And like, I don't know what it's like when I've given out water and I've seen people not take, and I'm like, I don't know how to like offer them something else.
Yeah.
Like, when you offer someone like, okay, like here's water, here's this, here's food, here's that, and I'm always giving out. I'm like, sometimes they don't take. I'm like, what can I offer you to like
No,
quench.
don't take it as like,
No.
don't take it personal.
No, so it's not personal, but it's like, look, I'm here to serve. Like when I work at the Mocha, I'm here to serve, and I'm like, okay, I've given you water, I've given you this, I've given like in a day I've given out 100 different things. Water, I gave out milkshakes one time, I gave out this, that, and I'm like, okay, what else is left for me to give? Because I want to give something. And when I've got nothing to give, and I just sat there like with idle hands, I'm like, I feel so bad. I'm like, how am I got? How have like is everyone here giving something? I've got nothing to give, and it's just really bad.
I heard that.
Has anyone seen? Did you see that? No, it's gone now. Go on, Wale. What were you going to say?
No, I'm waiting for something to load.
I was going to say that when I give out and I'm doing khidmah and stuff, I don't really take it that personal. If someone doesn't want it from me, it's okay. Because I understand, because I've done the walk a couple of times. I understand he's probably had water from the mokib just, 10, 15 meters away.
Yeah.
Maybe he's allergic to kebab or something, or, this and that.
He's a vegan.
It's like, there's plenty of people who need something.
You just remember
Because I just remembered the video. I think I've said it on the group chat as well. This one kid, mashallah, Allah, he's holding a siniya, so
A tray.
serving tray. Yeah.
Steel.
And some guy's recording him, and he goes, "Habibi, عوف الكاميرا, عوف الكاميرا, دخل." And he keeps going, "عوف الكاميرا, عوف التصوير." He goes, "Stop filming, just take, stop filming." Are you not connected to the Wi-Fi?
No, I am. This laptop. But anyway, yeah. So look, aside from that, I mean, it kind of leads on to what else we had kind of planned to talk about, which is the cups and the food and where it goes, and we might have touched upon it in other episodes, but I think it's very important to talk about now, and a lot of people from the outside are talking about this. It's actually a massive consumer trend in the West, and that's sustainability. Keeping the earth cleaner and safer and stuff like that. I personally know a guy who's worked with the Ataba to bring cleaner plastic and actually trying to change the plastic to another I think
biodegradable,
something like that.
See, that would be really clever, because I've seen so many times on the Mashaya rubbish like in like a pit or something. They dig up a little pit, and then people start throwing rubbish in it and stuff. If it was biodegradable, you could just throw it in there, no worries, and cover it up, and it will just it would degrade in there.
Don't you think? Do you not think though that people after Arbaeen come and pick those holes up?
They do, yeah. I think they do as well. But
so I don't think it's. I don't know. Is it that bad?
I think like so after Arbaeen, there's loads of. I see everyone cleaning up, right? Is there no one that actually makes money from it? Like is there a little kid that gets all the plastic, sells it to the guy?
Maybe
because I know in some places, like I know in Germany, for example, if there's a homeless person, he'll pick up any rubbish on the floor, go to the
machine in it,
and you go to the machine, you get money.
Denmark has that as well,
and I've seen
it's the tax,
and they don't have that in Iraq.
No,
would it work?
It could.
I think it would work.
Like, I've seen people do something.
Places.
I think someone do similar as well. They drive a van, they go pick up steel on they go get a washing machine because it's got steel. They'll scrap it and make money off the scraps. I'm pretty sure there must be someone like who makes money off the scraps, and like
possibly.
Mullah Ali's focus.
He's like super focused. He's finding the right clip, and ironically from his own show, Morning Barakah.
Are we sharing the screen yet?
Big up Morning Barakah.
Shout out to Morning.
Shout out.
Shout
out Imam Hussein
I've been
TV.
on a couple of episodes.
Morning Barakah.
Morning Barakah. But yeah, in terms of
this is just tension waiting for Mullah Ali. Full screen.
So the question I've asked him is that certain taps you can use, certain taps you can't use. Inside the Ataba you can use it or not. So then he's answering this.
Fair question, because you don't want to get it wrong. One wrong cup of water could ruin your entire visit there and there. So in terms of those water outlets which are provided by the Atabat, the three areas of where contaminants can come in. Initial raw water has been purified through reverse osmosis to come to those taps. Then if someone has consumed water from a cup there and just left their cup behind and has bacteria, well, that's a contaminant. But as long as you're using a clean container, your own multi-use water bottle, then there's clean water coming into your bottle that you're drinking. But the key question there is who provides this water? If it is the Atabat, then we know that it's been through an antibacterial and a demineralization system that ensures that the water you're drinking from there is no less better than what you'd get from your bottle of what you're thinking you're buying as purified water.
But
That's mad.
But you still have those plastic cups in the atabe.
So, no. He's talking about the actual water that's coming in
Yeah.
from the atabe is as clean, if not cleaner, than the cups of water that we think is clean. Oh, only drink from the sealed cups.
Yeah.
Because he's saying
Really? 7
atabe
times.
water filtered 7 times.
Filtered 7 times.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Lovely.
Good
from
stat,
our-
that.
From
Very
Momo
good.
Leaks.
No, but I
Big up, Mo.
yeah, the water inside
Big
the
up,
shrine is
Mo. Shout
really
out, Mo.
nice.
Shout out.
Shout out, mama.
Shout out,
Momo Fire, big up.
Yeah. The water in the atabe is really nice, but again, you were talking about sustainability and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They still have those plastic cups, and
Yeah.
mind you, those plastic cups, when you try pull one out, 12 come out,
They're really
And-
thin and weak.
and they're thin, and you try to
Yeah.
separate them.
You're
Probably
right.
like 6 come out, and the other 6 stay.
but, but fair play to the ataba. Wherever there's water and the cups, there's a yellow like basket.
Yeah. Fair.
I think they
which
is-
recycle. I'm not
right
gonna-
next to
yeah.
So it's recycled
So
straight
he
away.
says something
like-
else about single use.
So if clean water is not available, your two choices are to dehydrate or drink water from substandard sources and get ill.
Yeah.
And then build clinics and treat dehydration or waterborne disease.
Which costs more
right?
money as
That's
well.
not-
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the suffering caused.
Yeah.
In comes the Lady Fatima Trust's projects in Najaf and Karbala with the provision of clean water.
Okay.
In Najaf at 60 cubic meters, that's 60,000 liters an hour.
Wow.
In Karbala, 100,000 liters an hour. Now,
that's
each
a lot of
liter
water.
is about 5 cups.
100,000.
So, all in all, we're looking at 3 million liters a day, maximum capacity, 15 million cups.
Wow.
And the total, if you were
I
to
find the part where he
amortize the
talks about
cost,
the
forgive
where he talks about the actual cups themselves, because they're left under the sun.
Yeah,
If they're
yeah,
left
yeah.
in the sun for,
Microplastics.
Plastic
and all that,
and
yeah,
stuff.
then
yeah.
it melts and
Plastic
stuff
and
like
sun is
that,
not
and then you get contaminants.
I
So
think
you
we
gotta
have
be
a wire
careful.
about that as well. Drinking water that's left in the sun.
Maybe.
Yeah, I've
in
read
glass-
it. I
in
heard it
glass or
somewhere.
something.
Yeah.
There's something about
But
that.
even then, he's even said it himself. Like, this guy's an expert when it comes to water. The most cleanest water that you can get is either through the atabe and the actual shrines themselves, or these little cups. And it's still very good.
But then,
to drink.
how would you come up with a solution for sustainability?
burning it and I don't know.
Thing is, it's infrastructure, right? If you have the right infrastructure, then you wouldn't need to worry about sustainability. If you can get, for example, plumbing everywhere properly, then plastics wouldn't be that much
If
of
there
an
is
issue.
an expert on sustainability who's watching the show, please do contact us,
Or comment down below right
or
now.
comment
tell us.
down below. Tell us
Or
exactly,
join us on the next show.
Yeah, join us on the show.
Tell us
We'd love to
how
hear.
we can make the Arbaeen more sustainable. There are millions and millions of people there. There's going to be the footfall on that is crazy. The carbon
100%.
footprint is going to be
But
crazy.
it will be a mad, like, if there's any universities out there who wants to do a research project on this,
Yeah.
honestly, it is
It'll be a
sick.
PhD.
Because I've seen loads of people do research projects in like low income areas or like third world countries or countries that lack A, B, C, D, and then they do a
Carbon
research
footprint
project, get a
of-
grant, and then they like got a mad project and they do it. Like, I've seen people turn air into water, and they put that in like in a country.
What
in
is
Africa.
like the biggest like contribution to in terms of like pollution or non-recycling and non looking after the earth?
What, in Iraq?
in Arbaeen period? What do you think it is?
everything?
The cyber taxis.
Oh, the things that cause the most pollution.
Yeah,
Everything.
They're gas stations. I don't know.
because I'm just wondering because like when it comes to cooking, I've seen so much they use coal and like wood, which is a lot more like beneficial than using fuel or gas.
Okay.
You know what I mean in terms of the fumes that it gives off from combustion. Word of the day.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, it's a big man.
Word of the day.
Shout out,
And
Mohsen.
then
Shout out Mohsen Shah.
Shout out Mohsen Shah.
Shout out Mohsen Shah.
Shout out dictionaries.
Shout out dictionaries.
Too many shout outs.
Shout out my biology teacher. Anyway,
Yeah.
and then further chemistry actually. Furthermore, you know what I mean. There's other things that could contribute. There's a lot of traffic. I'm not sure how well, you know what I mean, the fuel and the fuel consumption is in Iraq, and then not just consumption, but the CO2 emissions. That are pushed out.
Thank you to all.
Sounds like me.
That is you.
Fantastic.
Back on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
Full screen.
Yeah, one second. And put him on the screen.
However, more and more zawar are coming.
It finishes by the time it finishes the video.
Isn't enough for the zawar.
I know
And
it
you can
does,
see
it
I've got a box of water, and already
Is it?
they've taken a quarter of it. By the end of this video, this box will be empty. Now, I ask you in the name of Imam Hussein, in the name of those that were
Jesus
thirsty
Christ.
in the camp of Imam Hussein, please donate whatever you can and help the zawar here continue their walk to Abu Abdullah Hussein
Are these
and make
payback
sure
tools?
that they are
Oh,
not
but
no,
I think they
Is it
came
someone
because
that's
the
coming
camera.
back?
I think they came because the camera was
You
on.
guys can pay by the app.
Iraqis love the
App.
camera.
Look,
They
it's
love
almost
the
finished
camera.
now.
Oh my
I'm on
God.
last few, and they will be gone soon. So brothers and sisters, in this
But
heat,
to be
going
fair,
up to
that
40 degrees
last
Celsius,
Arbaeen was
Zawar
crazy
needs
in
your
terms of
help.
how many people
They
there
need
were.
water,
Because
and inshallah, you guys
myself,
can help
Minhal,
by
you've been there as well.
donating.
You know, as the days go, we
Pounds,
can tell by the
dollars,
crowds if it's going to be a busy day, if it's going to be a
whatever
quiet day. Slowly, the rush start. Yeah.
Ah.
By the way, myself, Minhal, how many times have you been Arbaeen?
Twice.
I've been going Arbaeen since 2016 every year.
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah.
And whatchamacallit. So when I'm on broadcasting on behalf of Imam Hussein TV, while I sit on my mighty high stage, we can tell by looking at the traffic. Okay, this seems like there's 2 weeks to go. This seems like 1 week to go. This seems like 3 days to like that.
So you don't need the calendar. You're just like, okay, foot traffic.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can
I know
tell
how
by
many-
foot traffic. Honestly, we can tell by foot traffic. On last year, 2 weeks before Arbaeen Day, it felt like there was 2 days, 1 day to go.
Wow.
That's how many people were flowing. And we're scratching our heads thinking, yo, this is 2 weeks. Imagine what's going to happen in the next 10 days. It's going to double. The amount of people you see are going to double, and it's already that busy. So there was a really, real big urgency for water that year because it was really, really hot and there was so many people.
Well, I'm guessing this year it's going to be even bigger.
Do you reckon?
And even more urgency
Hotter.
for water.
Yeah, it's going to be bigger and hotter.
When's it going to be winter again?
Not
For
the
like
next
6
6
10 years.
10 years.
More.
Split. How many? What's okay? So what?
Can't wait.
Let's calculate
Every
this.
year it goes back 10 days.
Okay, so Arbaeen is when this year? 26th of August. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so from January 1st till the 26th of August is how many days?
Hold on. Do you consider January, December winter?
Look.
February, March? It's not
Look,
winter?
I'll give you quick maths. For every month for it to go back, that's 3 years.
Okay.
Right? So it's how many months to January? 7 months? 8 months?
8 months.
9 really, because the whole of August.
Okay,
you're
9. So
counting.
3 times 9?
27 years.
27 years.
Oh,
27 years.
But
More
you're
or
gonna-
less, give or take
But
1 or 2
March,
years.
for example, is really good weather. So
Yeah,
for
March.
Arbaeen.
Spring
No,
wouldn't
I
be
Even
want
May.
that
May
coldness
pretty
again.
nice.
I
You want that
I want
coldness
that
again?
coldness.
Mullah Ali, you're gonna have grandkids by that time.
MashaAllah.
Inshallah.
He's actually calculating.
36, 27. What's that?
It's 63.
I'll have grandkids, inshallah.
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 Pray for Mullah Ali.
Pray for Mullah Ali.
Pray for Mullah Ali.
You're not going to bless that?
I got dozens
Ya
of
Rab.
lines.
I mean, Ya Rab. Is that what you guys say?
Ya Allah. Anyway,
Right. So look, in the last kind of couple of minutes, but we wanted to also, I want to leave this for another topic, and that's what you would, actually we're talking about it now, might as well, because we're talking about the generosity of Iraqis, and
Yeah.
I think that extends to certain things that you would sell in order to pay for Mawaqib or pay for service. We
Now
talked
they're
about
gonna
a
sell
car.
this
Now,
car.
there is something that people have gone to the extent of, I don't know if I should limit it at cars and houses,
What, the
but there is
kidneys?
talk
Really?
of what?
Kidneys?
No,
People
no,
sell
no.
organs?
No.
just the first 3 letters of kidneys.
Oh, what?
I don't know. Maybe it's just
You've
a myth,
actually
and
heard
we-
that?
and we want to
Yo,
dispel it.
what
In
is
this
this?
day and age, I don't know much about it.
No, I don't.
Hold
So
on.
the context, hold on.
Rewind.
The context of it is that there are situations where families cannot look after their kids.
Yeah.
Like, they're in such deep poverty that they can't. And there are other families who are slightly well off that aren't able to have kids and they want to adopt, right?
Oh, it's like that.
So it's kind of that situation.
I was going to say they sell kids in Iraq. I thought it was just India. They
No,
did it.
no, we don't. I don't think we do that. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Maybe we should ignore this. Let's just rewind and just ignore that. This doesn't exist. All right, forget that. But selling cars and houses.
Yeah. People sell any and everything they can ethically.
Ethically.
That to serve the Zawar of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. I mean, some people sell, for example, they get for their mahar they get gold.
Yeah.
Women sell their gold.
I've seen so many people sell their mahar or give their mahar away just to go for
Just for the
Arbaeen.
Mawqib.
Just for, yeah.
Quick question.
Mawqib or go to Arbaeen or travel or...
Quick question. with Indians and Pakistanis, you cannot separate a woman from her gold. So what's it like in the
Yeah.
Arab community? Like,
I mean, Arab community, women
not
love their
really,
gold.
but
They
don't
get
mind
me
selling
wrong.
it.
They don't like selling it, but I've heard countless stories of
Really?
women selling their
Yeah.
gold just for the mokib.
I've seen a lot of
Wow,
so
mashallah.
I've heard a lot of women sell their gold for Imam Hussein specifically. I have like they're like, I'm in need, or I can't pay rent this month. They don't think about that when it comes to, okay, I'm fundraising for this mokib, I'm fundraising for a majlis, then I
Channel.
see, even for the channel, I've seen so many people give up their gold, whether it's their
That's a
jewelry.
very nice stitch, Mullah Ali.
No,
No, that is happening.
no, but it's true. It's
Wallah,
true.
that's happening.
Really?
Wallah,
Yeah,
wallah.
so in a lot of fundraising
Some of the
videos-
wives are actually giving away their gold for the channel.
yeah.
Sayyid Raouf, who's the CEO, chairman,
Yeah, sure.
general
Yeah.
manager,
Director.
CEO, director. Anyway, Sayyid Raouf was telling us stories that he's been telling guys, their wives are saying, look, we don't have any money to donate, but we want to give our gold. So they've given gold towards the channel.
I've seen a lot of
Oh,
people
wow.
give away get their weddings jewelry set, like expensive gold, their mahar gold. I've seen, and I've heard stories even from back in the day where like they're building a Husayniyah and they're like, we need money. They're like, okay, I'll give you all my gold set, and it's probably something small, like basically a necklace and an earring.
But
And
it
it's
has
not
a
that
lot
much.
of sentimental value.
It's a lot of
doesn't it?
sentimental value, and they're like, you know, for Imam Hussein, I'll give it away.
But what you're saying is mad, because for anything else, they'd hesitate.
Yeah,
If it's an investment opportunity, risk, I don't know, maybe, yeah.
like
if
give me
it's,
your
for
gold,
example,
I'll double it in 2 years.
if it's like, even if it's bills, for example,
Yeah.
let's just find someone else, let's just borrow. But when it comes to Imam Hussein,
don't even- you
there
don't-
are no questions asked.
Yeah.
Imam Hussein, safe, I'll give. And that's why it's amazing to see. I think it's the term, I'll do anything to serve Imam Hussein, even if it means I'll sell my kid, rather than. By the way, there's actually things happening like they're actually selling children. They're not selling.
Yeah.
Guys, just to put it out there, Iraqis are not selling their children for Mawakib.
Yeah,
Okay, let's just make that absolutely clear. Iraqis are not selling their children for Mawakib. What they do is
put up
they
for
say,
adoption.
no. I'll say, I'm so committed to this. I'll sell everything that I have, even in my children.
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically speaking.
Figure of
yes.
speech.
Yeah, because we
Figure
don't
of
want
speech.
Mullah Ali Fadhil coming out on BBC News tomorrow.
Iraqi kids sold for
Yeah,
Mashaya.
and then we have a whole documentary.
Yeah. Ofcom, if you're listening, we are not selling children.
Good.
We are not selling children.
Good.
Just be clear.
Thank you for the clarity, Mullah Ali.
What was I going to say?
Clarification.
But those like
yeah,
giving
they'll go to a
whatever
extent.
and extent, and I think it's not only some people might say, oh, do you know what? It's okay. Ababda will return, or we've always been told to give charity and this and that.
Interesting.
I don't think they give it like with that niyyah or that hope that okay, it'll come back. I think they actually sincerely give it that, accept my sacrifice. Or this
fi
is,
sabilillah.
I mean, I think from the Quran it says, you have to give from what you love. Do you know what I mean? What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts. And it's like, well, this is what I love. This is my prized possession and so forth. And I give this to you, Ya Abu Abdullah. Please accept my sacrifice and so forth.
The thing is, what I've seen, by the way, people go. I've seen this once or twice. Once in person, like I saw in real life, and a couple other times on like social media videos. I've seen someone like, mashallah, they come from the West, or they come from like very established countries where they have a lot of money, and they go up to Mokibs. They're like, they just put cash in their hands, or they're like, what? Here's my watch. They'll give it to you, like, here, take my watch, fund your Mokib for the next day or two. And it's not a cheap watch. It's like a Rolex or like a heavy gold watch. And I've seen a lot of, mashallah, very, very affluential people who are from affluential countries come like, I'm going to donate there and then. And I've seen a lot of people, as they walk, as they're seeing all the people, with their generosity, like, okay, I have to match that with what I have now. And I've seen that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of people that want to be involved in the Mashaya, want to be involved with a Mokib. And if you guys want to get involved, Imam Hussein Charity will be having a Mokib, poll number 1114. I will be there, Minhal Al-Khafaji will be there, inshallah. You guys can pop down. For those of you who are not going to be there in the Mashaya, you want to get involved, this is the best way to get involved. Visit us at www.imamhusseincharity.com for further details. And this is your Mokib, and you can be part of the amazing experience and miracle that is the Arbaeen.
And on that
Sorry, one quick thing I wanted to mention. So, do you remember the dua of Imam As-Sadiq alayhi salam that I read? I only read part of it. The part before it, when we were talking about people selling their stuff, right?
Yeah.
Imam As-Sadiq alayhi salam says, Ya Bismillah ar-Rahman, Ya man khassana bil-kiramah wa wa'adana bil-shafa'a. اغفر لي ولإخواني ولزوار قبر جدي الحسين. صلوات الله عليه الذين أنفقوا أموالهم وأشخصوا أبدانهم.
Right.
So Ya Allah, bless those who sacrifice their money and sacrifice their souls in times of hardship.
Yeah.
So you said you've been going since 2016 during ISIS's time, but you
Yeah.
still went. You didn't care. You remember that story of that guy who lost 4 of his
We need
sons
to save
on
stories
the
until
Mashayikh?
later.
Wow.
Sorry?
We need to save the stories for another time.
Sorry.
Because we've got like a minute left.
Oh,
That's why.
sorry.
Yeah. Last thing. Last time.
Labbaik ya Hussein. That's all I can say.
Any last comment?
Labbaik ya Hussein.
Labbaik ya Hussein.
Labbaik ya
Shout
Right.
out to Momo, shout out to Salman, and I
was just about to do the shout outs, but for anyone that wants to give us some feedback on the shows, please do so in the comments below, or you can write to us on our social media platforms. Please do comment. We feed off your feedback, ironically. But yeah, many thanks to a special thanks to our director Mohammed Fahad, who's steering us through the episode. Shout out to Salman. Salman, how to pronounce his second name? Zargar.
Is that how it is?
Salman Zargar. Yes,
Yes.
Salman Zargar, our talented visual mixer, for ensuring everything looks perfect. And of course, we couldn't have done anything without our broadcast engineer who's sitting right beside me, and that is Amiriza
That's why he left for a bit.
Severix, and he wants me to plug Severix as well. So big up the thingy team.
The production team.
Production team.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the
Wassalamu
scenes.
alaikum.
And on that note, we'll see you inshallah on the next episode of the Arbaeen Talk. Wassalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam.
لبيك لبيك يا أبا عبد الله لبيك لبيك يا أبا عبد الله. All my days I give in your name, having you my desire.